Hello, this is Adam Poor from the Ohio Land Exchange Project, and today I'm going to demonstrate our Prospector web app, which can be used to query a set of parcels based on user-specified attribute and spatial criteria, and then generate a report that can be shared with other community stakeholders. The first step is to select the scope of the query. Your choices are all the parcels in the auditor's dataset, tax delinquent parcels only, or parcels owned by the community land bank. I'm going to select tax delinquent parcels only. The next step is to build your query based on a set of criteria or query elements. It's important to note that the query will return only parcels that are included in the current map view. So I'm going to zoom in first to narrow the scope of the query that way. And I'll run the query just so you can see all of the parcels, all of the tax delinquent parcels in this view. Next, I'll add the first query element. For example, I'll use a where query. So I want to see all parcels where the area in acres is greater than 0.5. And I'll run that query. And you can see that dramatically narrowed the subset of parcels. Okay, next I'll add the next query element. So I'll ask for parcels that are entirely within a census tract designated as a food desert. And I'll show you those food deserts on the map. Each of these brown polygons represents a census tract. And as you can see, I zoomed out a little bit, so we'll be able to see additional parcels. And I'll run the refined query. Now you can see all of the parcels are contained within the food desert census tract. Finally, I'll add a near query, and I'll look for parcels that are no more than 1/10 of a mile from a bus route. Now, bus routes are not included in the standard set of data provided with the app. However, you can upload your own data in KML format and several other formats. So I'll do that by dragging the KML file onto the map. You can see the bus routes show up as orange lines now, and I can now select them in my query element. And I'll run this final revised query. And you can see all of the parcels that are returned now are in close proximity to the bus route. Now that I've completed my query, I'll click on the Download tab and select a download format. So I'm going to choose the HTML query report, and I'll enter a stakeholder name to identify the report. And it's good practice here to identify what criteria were used. So I'll say tax delinquent parcels, area greater than 1/2 acre within food desert and no farther than 1/10 of a mile from a bus line. I'll click download and a new tab will open, and within a few seconds a map will appear. So you can see the stakeholders identified, the comments are present, there's an image showing the current map view, and a table showing each of the parcels returned by the query and some of the attributes for those parcels.